There is a version of you that everyone knows, the predictable one, the available one, the one who reacts, explains, posts, responds, and stays visible. And then, there's the version of you that could dominate. If only you stopped giving the world constant access. Real transformation doesn't begin with motivation. It begins with withdrawal. At some point you realize that growth requires distance. Distance from noise, distance from distractions, distance from the identity you've been performing. Because you cannot evolve while being constantly observed. The world rewards visibility. But power is built in invisibility. When you disappear intentionally, you stop living for reaction. You stop explaining your moves. You stop broadcasting your goals before you've earned them. You go silent. You go disciplined. You go inward. And while everyone assumes nothing has changed, you're rebuilding your body. You're sharpening your mind. You're strengthening your discipline. You're killing the weak habits that once defined you. Disappearing is not quitting. It's preparing. It's choosing long-term dominance over short-term attention. And when you return, you won't need to announce it. They will see it. Because the most powerful transformations don't happen in public. They happen in silence. Number 1. Disappear from noise. Before you rebuild. Most people try to grow while staying connected to everything that keeps them small. They scroll while claiming they want focus. They entertain drama while claiming they want peace. They share goals while lacking discipline. You cannot rebuild your life in a room full of distractions. Disappearing begins with removing access, not just physically but mentally. Reduce the noise that constantly pulls your attention outward. Social media comparison, gossip, group chats that drain your ambition, environments where mediocrity is normal. When you disconnect from noise, something uncomfortable happens. Silence. And in that silence, you meet yourself. At first it feels empty, but slowly clarity starts to form. You begin to think independently. Your decisions stop being reactions and start becoming intentional. Silence sharpens you. Distance strengthens you. Isolation reveals you. The world trains you to be constantly available. Power comes when you are not. Number 2. Kill the old identity. Transformation is violent, not physically, but psychologically. The version of you that procrastinates, overthinks, seeks approval, tolerates disrespect, fears discipline, that version must die. And the truth is, most people don't transform because they're emotionally attached to who they've been. They say, "This is just how I am. I've always been like this. That's my personality." No, that's your conditioning. If you want to disappear and transform, you must identify the traits holding you back and deliberately replace them. Lazy, build structure, emotionally reactive, practice control, insecure, develop competence. You cannot become powerful while protecting weakness. Every new level requires you to shed an old layer. Reinvention begins the moment you decide the old version of you no longer deserves to survive. Number 3. Master solitude. Instead of escaping it. Most people fear being alone, not because they dislike solitude, but because they fear their own thoughts. When you disappear, you will face boredom, doubt, restlessness. You'll feel the urge to text someone, post something, distract yourself. Resist it. Solitude is where identity is forged. When you sit alone long enough, you begin to notice your patterns, your insecurities, your triggers. You start understanding why you react the way you do. You gain awareness, and awareness is power. In solitude, when you no longer need attention, you become untouchable. A person who is comfortable alone cannot be manipulated by loneliness. That is strength. Number 4. Build ruthless discipline in the dark. The most powerful transformation happens when no one can see it. Early mornings, lonely workouts, studying while others scroll, practicing skills when nobody applauds. Discipline is not exciting. It is repetitive. It is uncomfortable. It is boring. But that's why it works. When you disappear, you create space to build habits without interference. No audience, no pressure to perform, just you versus your weaknesses. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you strengthen your identity. You begin to trust yourself, and self-trust is the foundation of confidence. When you've put in the work privately, you walk differently publicly. You don't need to convince anyone of your worth, because you've proven it to yourself. Number 5. Redesign your environment to match your future self. You cannot evolve in an environment designed for your old habits. If your surroundings constantly tempt your weaknesses, transformation becomes a daily battle. Your environment shapes your behavior more than motivation ever will. Change your space, clean your room, organize your schedule, remove distractions from your phone, follow content that educates instead of entertains. Even change the energy of the people around you. Spend time with those who challenge you, not those who validate your excuses. If your circle celebrates growth, you grow. If your circle tolerates stagnation, you shrink. Transformation accelerates when your environment supports your standards. You don't rise because you feel inspired. You rise because your system leaves you no other option. Number 6. Reprogram your mind before you upgrade your lifestyle. If your thinking doesn't change, your life won't either. Many people try to change their external reality without addressing their internal programming. But your beliefs control your actions, and your actions shape your results. You must challenge the narratives you've accepted. I'm not disciplined. I'm not lucky. I'm not capable. These are not facts. They are stories. Study powerful frameworks. Learn emotional regulation. Understand how habits shape identity. Philosophy like Meditations by Marcus Aurelius teaches control over reaction. Behavioral science books like Atomic Habits by James Clear explain how small actions compound into massive transformation. Upgrade your thoughts. Upgrade your standards. Upgrade your expectations. When your mindset shifts, your decisions follow. And when your decisions change consistently, your entire life transforms. Number 7. Become selectively invisible. Disappearing is not about isolation forever. It's about strategic access control. You don't owe everyone your energy. Stop explaining your plans to people who don't understand your vision. Stop sharing goals with those who secretly hope you fail. Stop giving attention to those who drain your ambition. When fewer people know your moves, fewer people can interfere. Mystery protects momentum. Be present when necessary. Be unavailable when essential. Selective invisibility increases value. It increases curiosity. It protects focus. You don't need to announce your evolution. Silence builds anticipation, and anticipation builds power. Number 8. Return transformed, not recognizable. The final stage of disappearing is not loud. It's calm. It's controlled. It's undeniable. You don't return seeking applause. You return operating at a different frequency. Your body language changes. Your speech becomes measured. Your tolerance for nonsense decreases. Your standards rise. People will sense it before they understand it. They will ask what changed. But you won't need to explain. Because real transformation doesn't need marketing. When you disappear intentionally, you don't come back to impress. You come back evolved. And by the time they notice, you're already 10 steps ahead. At the end of the day, disappearing isn't about escaping the world. It's about escaping the version of you that the world got used to. It's about stepping back long enough to rebuild your standards, your discipline, your identity. Most people will never understand why you went quiet. They'll think you fell off. They'll think you're stuck. They'll think nothing changed. Let them. Because while they were watching others, you were watching yourself. While they were talking, you were working. While they were announcing, you were executing. And when you return, it won't be loud. It won't be dramatic. It won't require explanation. It will be calm, controlled, unapologetic. Your habits will speak. Your confidence will speak. Your results will speak. So if you're going to disappear, don't do it out of emotion. Do it with intention. Vanish with purpose. Build in silence. Return unrecognizable. And remember, the world doesn't fear the loud. It fears the one who went quiet and came back powerful.